Hi everyone, this is my Tommy Pico presentation. I'm mostly going to be focusing on section 21, like final section. So my question is, does Tommy Pico derive real meaning from the events of the outside world, or does he merely beckon them whenever inconvenienced or discouraged? Fair question. So the first excerpt that I want to the excerpt that I want to pull up is from when Tommy Pico is in Urban Outfitters in the final, or describing his experience trying on black jeans in Urban Outfitters. Don't tell anyone I'm at Urban Outfitters, got it. They sell, quote, Native American shit and I have a reputation. And then further goes on to say that company is pure scum. I mean, I'll have a Gansett because that shit's tasty cheap, but I have at least the good sense to hate myself. Seems that Tommy in this instance is taking a stand against cultural appropriation, which fair and valid, but then to also shop there, it takes away from the idea that the notion that Tommy really feels this way, and kind of lends itself to the idea that maybe he just wants to be upset given certain instances, just choosy. The next excerpt I have from section 21 says, Jesus saves or doesn't, art saves or doesn't, money saves or doesn't. I thought that this was interesting because Jesus, art, money, not comparable subjects. Art and money aren't comparable. Jesus and money aren't comparable. Did I already say Jesus, art? None of them are comparable. They're completely different things. So to say saves or doesn't, it kind of makes one think that Tommy Pico is not actually inserting any real meaning, just saying that it could go, you could feel this way about Jesus, or you could feel this way. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you're not really saying anything, which to me connects back to the sort of like hypocritical. Well, I mean, it is hypocritical to denounce Urban Outfitters and then shop there. I love Urban Outfitters. I know we're not supposed to stay away from opinion, so I'll try to do that. But okay. The point is, it's hypocritical. And by saying by leaving such an open-ended, Jesus saves or doesn't, art saves, I mean, there's no way to like really describe it other than by just saying it, because it's just such a statement that just expands itself. And then that's it. There's just no real, there's nothing after that really. And then the one, I think this will connect everything, guys. The next excerpt says, so I don't even have to read it, but basically at the end, it's like, so throughout section 21, Tommy Pico is, expanding on the idea of gender. They is resisting the fallacy of knowledge, a kernel of mooring fact that, quote, people need in order to, quote, know, quote, you, bouncing off body and into idea, etc. These are the currency of our exchange. It's very star-flung. It's all, that's a quote, but this is all very like, it's like very like woke. Is this ad relevant to you? This is further on. We would like to enhance your ad watching experience. You're a garbage person if you can't take a good photo, is the underlying message of gay culture. This I found interesting because, again, it's the idea of social media being overly important in society is not specific to the gay community. So by referencing your own sexuality just to denounce social media, you could just say you don't like the expectations of social media in the public, but instead you bring in being gay, which is also definitely throughout the work a source of insecurity. I don't think rightfully, but people are insecure about being gay. So it just seems like he's projecting his insecurity onto whatever societally approved, pariah concept is there. I hope that made sense. So yes, in summation, Tommy Pico, I also want to say that I think that, because I know you can like be a little personal, I do think that I shouldn't summate, this is based on his life. So to say that all he does is my question was derive real meaning from the events of the outside world. And I'm saying he does beckon them whenever inconvenienced or discouraged. I do think he has a bad habit of doing that. But I also don't think that that's all he does. But I think that that was really prominent in this last section. And I thought it was important. And I also want to say, it's not like, oh, well, also, actually, the last thing I will add really quick, because I know I'm over. But this entire work ends. So the underlying message of gay culture. So he's taking issue with gay culture. But then at the end, he literally leaves his like singing vocal, like, you know, moment training. I don't know what they call it. Because James messaged him on Instagram and it's like going well. And I'm like, so you're just stomping on the idea of social media as it pertains to the gay community and acting as if it's this like blimp hovering over just being awful. But then at the same time, you're about to go get, you know, your little hookup. And so it's like, yay, good fun ending. It's like, well, what, you know? So I do think that Tommy Pico, I guess, did a few things a little, you know, askew.